Kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona on day 900. Yes! Oh my gosh, who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? That back in late July of 2019, when Casey challenged me to do a Facebook Live a day for a year, that I would be here 900 days later. And I'm actually going for the goal of 1,096, which is 3 years. So I have 196 days to go till the 31st of July, which will be day 1,096. Yeah. So I just want to say a huge thank you before I get into a question of the day and everything else. I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who has tuned in, listened, commented, sent me notes, messages, emails, text messages, communicated to me in some way that you enjoy seeing me on these lives every day, and it just brings a spark to your day. And that is all I wanted to do, was just bring a smile over my stupid antics that I do at times when I can't forget when I forget what I'm talking about, when I'm here and I'm like half asleep, or I've just woken up and I've got bed here and my PJs or whatever it is. Just want to say thank you for your love and your support, and helping me accomplish a life mission of sharing sparkles with everybody. Just to share a smile every day and make somebody's day, give them a bright start to a day, a bright end to their day. Thank you for allowing me to do that, and thank you for your support. So day 900, what was that like? Well, we had a bit of a backwards day today in the fact that we got up late. So my sacred time I pushed till later in the day because I knew a certain puppy would not like it if I spent an hour after I got up before I let her out. And we got up it was like 9 o'clock this morning or something like that. So can you imagine her crossing her legs till 10? Yeah, that was not going to happen. So we went out for our walk. We got in the car. We got in the car, and I had her park bag all set up with her bottled water in it and everything else. Because at this park, you have to take your own water bowls and that. And so I have a bottle that has a dish attached to it, and you fold the dish down, you squeeze the bottle, it puts the water into the dish, and she's quite happy with that. And I just hold it down at my side, squeeze it when she comes up, and she knows where it is. As long as she can see me, she knows where her water is, which is kind of cool. And today I didn't have any other dogs trying to steal her water, which was nice, because usually we have dogs come up to us when she stops for a water, and they stand there and wait for their turn or push her out of the way to get a turn. And yeah, no. And she stayed away from other dogs' water because she knew where hers was. So we had a great day at the park. We did have one little mishap, but she seems to be walking fine and everything. She was zooming across the park, going this way, and this other dog was coming this way, and the other dog clipped her back in. Didn't stop my dog at all. She just found her footing, and her front legs were still going. And she just jumped back up on her back legs and just carried on running. And it didn't faze her at all. And then as we're getting ready to leave the park, I told her it's time to go and to buckle up and all that. And we're walking towards the gate, and I don't leash her till we get to the gate. And all of a sudden I turn around and this other dog had come up, and they were doing the usual doggy smell things and all of that. And then all of a sudden Zeffy takes off. And I'm like, great. She took off. This dog took off after her, and they were in this big circle around, came back. I was on the outside of the circle, but she didn't go too far into the park. And I'm just sort of like, what are you doing? And she's got this big grin on her face, tongue hanging out, and she's just zooming around with this dog chasing her and not being able to catch her. And then finally she sort of like slows down on the outside of her circle, and then just sort of like trots her way back to me as it is. She had to say, I just had to get one last run in. So I was like, whatever. But yeah, we went for a drive. We did do breakfast on the way there because of the hour, and we didn't want to miss breakfast. And then we just went for a drive, and I don't know, ended up somewhere. We ended up on the 303 going south, and took a road somewhere along the way, and thought, I know this road name. I got no idea where it came out, but I thought, I know the road name. So we got on that road and driving along and got to this intersection. I was like, oh, I know this road. So we turned onto this road, and we eventually found our way back. But it's a lot of fun doing that. And then after we got back, it was, Zeffy just had a drink and went straight up onto her bed and went to sleep. And then like 5 minutes later, she jumps up and went into the bedroom and went to sleep. And that was it. That was her done for basically the entire day. And so I thought, yay. So I had my sacred time at that point. And it was just a really nice time, and did some postings on Facebook, which I don't normally do that many on a Sunday, but it's kind of a special day. And so thank you to everybody that's already commented on the postings that I have done too. I truly appreciate it, and the feedback and everything. Of course, you'll find it's got today's 900 days of Facebook Lives, day 900 of Facebook Lives. So, it's quite an accomplishment. Which, speaking of accomplishments, what the Tell Your Story question today is, what is a personal best that you have accomplished? Think about that. What's a personal best that you have accomplished? And you will have many of these throughout your life. It could be that you've been married for X number of years. It could be that you've attained your dream job and your dream career. You've got your dream business. It could be that you've seen a lot of dreams and stuff come true. So I always put, when you achieve your dream, that is a personal best, because you haven't done it before and it's something that you're doing brand new. So think of those things, write them down. I was like, what have I done? 900 days of Facebook Lives in a row. But I never thought, when Facebook Lives came out, I was like, yeah, I'll just stick to doing my videos and putting them up on YouTube every now and again. And then I started getting into the Facebook Lives and was not doing them consistently at all. And I think that's half the reason that, a majority of the reason that Casey challenged me to do a Facebook Live every day for a year, because it forced me to be consistent. So I've been consistently doing Facebook Lives for 900 days. It kind of just blows my mind. There's been one night a couple of months ago, when I almost blew it, because I'm brushing my teeth at 11:45 at night and going, did I do my live today? I don't know if I did my live. I knew I'd done the morning one, but I didn't know if I'd done the evening one. And so I went out and hadn't done the evening one. So I got that done with like 6 minutes to spare. We actually went over into the next morning on that live. But it's been a great run so far. Let's see what the next 196 days bring, because I am on day 16 of my manifesting challenge. And that's opened up a whole new lot of things. And doing that while doing the genealogy course last week, this year I started off with a bang. I did my birthday resolutions in December, the day before my birthday, and I've been doing something. Consistently doing something towards that every day, and I think I know that I got led to this manifesting challenge, and now we're on day 16 of this, and that happened over the time that I was doing the genealogy thing, which kind of cramped up my sacred time in the mornings. But it's how I start my day. I love starting my day that way, having that quiet time in the morning, and just being in the moment. So that was trying to get that in and get online in time to start the daily classes and everything, and having to pay attention. We had a good instructor. He just wasn't conscious of time. Towards the end of the week, he did get a lot better. I would say that. But the first couple of days, it kind of irritated me. And I was like, no. And I was going, no, you're not supposed to be thinking this way. Be grateful for the information he's imparting on you. And so I'd start each day that way. And then something would happen. And it's like, oh, he's gone over time. Nope, we're grateful because he has important information I need to know. So there was a constant battle with myself and thoughts and things about staying present, staying in the moment, being grateful for the information I was learning, based on what I had just learned that morning in my manifesting challenge part of the day. And oh my goodness, I got hair everywhere. Sorry, this is just this. It's like, what the heck is shining there? And so it would turn my day. And then I started thinking, the best way is I have to pay attention, because then I can ask questions. So it was day 3 before I actually started asking questions and interacting a lot. And because I was the one that was asking questions for non-US records, because I was using my second great-grandmother as my subject for the week. And of course, she was born in England, immigrated to Australia when she was 17 as a servant. She wasn't traveling with a family. She was going down to Australia to be a servant. She was 17 at the time. She arrived in Australia. She got married 2 years later at the age of 19, had her first daughter just before her 20th birthday, or just after her 20th birthday. And then, her husband was the same age as well. And then, and he was a miner, as in working in coal mines and things. And then at some point after child number 3 was born, child number 3, number 4, as child number 3 was born, they left Australia and moved to New Zealand. Cannot find any shipping records anywhere, but we know for a fact that they started off in Australia, they ended up in New Zealand. He ended up dying in a mining accident. It was a rock fall. Yeah, that nasty thing. And then she ended up getting married again a year later, the following year after he had passed away, and then went and had more kids with this guy, and lived and died in the rest of her life in New Zealand. But there's just that little gap, that 13-month gap, where sometime during that 13 months between when child number 3 was born and child number 4, that she moved to New Zealand. And that's what I was trying to find. Haven't been able to find it. And then my mum reminds me that somebody from the family who is, I think he's a second cousin once removed, had actually written a book on that particular part of the family, and he scoured the shipping records, or the passengers list, the newspaper articles, because newspaper articles would actually say, this ship arrived in port today. These were the passengers on board. And it would just have, and it would have misters, and then it would have a list of last names. No first names, no first initials, just last names. There were a lot of Bullens that came over in that 13 months, but none of them ever had madames. They were all misters. And I thought, that's weird. She's got to have come over at some point. Or maybe she came over with one of the misters and was just and he was the only one that was listed or something. But then some of them would have X number of steerage passages not named or something like that. And I would go, but they're on the shipping manifest. They're on the passenger list. And for some reason, the newspaper didn't report those that had come in steerage. So who knows? So anyway, I came to the conclusion that she definitely did move from one country to the other. We just can't find the way that she got there or how she got there, because she's not listed on any passenger list, and neither are her children. And her husband could be, because there was a whole bunch of Mr. Bullens that came over during that time. And one I found, but he was single, and he had Thomas with him, which I suspect would have been a brother, because he was a couple of years younger. One was 24, one was 22, and they're both listed as unmarried. So I knew that wasn't them. But anyway, it's been a very heady week. So we had a nap this afternoon. It was nice. And then we got up and realized the time and raced out for a walk. And I think Zeffie's already gone. Are you back in bed, Zeff? Because I don't see her on that bed. And I don't see her in her crate. So it looks like she's gone back to bed. She had a hard time at the park. She did. She had a lot of fun running around, tongue hanging out, big smile on her face. I love watching her run. She's so precious when she runs. But anyway, that brings to the close of day 900 of Facebook Lives. Wow. I still can't believe it. It's like, really? And I only have 196 days to go. There's 196 days between now and the 31st of July. But anyway, go have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. And for those of you who don't have to work tomorrow because it's Martin Luther King Jr. birthday tomorrow, have a great day off. For those of you who have to work, have fun. Make it a fun day. But we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow for Magic Monday. Hey, konera.